4 different tiers of the college football playoffs payouts, not just 3 different tiers, not just the Big Ten and the SEC get so much, and then the ACC and the Big 12 and the G5 conferences. There's a 3rd tier. No, 4 tiers. That's what Dennis Dodd is speculating. CBS Sports tonight, the night before Wednesday happens in Dallas, Texas. Welcome to episode 375 of College Football's Peek Around the Corner with your host, Greg Flugard. We cover everything in college football because we love everything in college football. And if you do as well, please subscribe to our channel. Smash the like button if you like our content. Share the video with the family and friends. Let's not waste any more time. It's Tuesday evening. We're all getting ready to see what happens in Dallas, Texas tomorrow. And CBS Sports, about an hour ago, Dennis Dodd, here's what the Big Ten and the SEC could demand as college football playoff holds critical meeting in Texas. Now, we've talked about it in a live show this evening. We put out 2 episodes earlier today, but Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports, puts a little bit of a different twist on what could happen tomorrow, or some of the ideas. Some of the ideas that are going to be put out tomorrow. Wednesday is shaping up to be one of the most significant days in the history of college football playoff. The 11 members of the CFP Management Committee, 10 FBS commissioners, Notre Dame athletic director, will be tasked with hashing out the structure of how college football is going to look like for most of the next decade. While no resolution is expected on any single issue, this will be the meeting where everybody puts their cards on the table. A source familiar with the talks told CBS Sports. It also stands as the first meeting involving every conference since the Big Ten and the SEC basically staked their claim to the future of the sport by forming an advisory group earlier this month. Look, it's a shot over the bow a little bit, one conference official said of the union. Still to be determined is what stance the Big Ten and the SEC choose to take. Either way, it's all but certain those leagues will see increased stewardship in college athletics. It's clear those conferences at least have some leverage to get more of what they want. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey has long claimed his league alone could stage its own playoff if deemed necessary. And according to Dennis Dodd, and I agree, he's probably right. For now, here is what the Big Ten and the SEC will likely be seeking as the committee convenes tomorrow, Wednesday, in Dallas. Guaranteed playoff bids, favorable structure. The CFP Board of Managers, Presidents, Chancellors on Tuesday formally approved the 5+7 model for the 12-team expanded playoff field, one that had long been assumed, discussed, and delayed. However, that structure is only guaranteed to be in place for the next 2 seasons, 2024, 2025. It has repeatedly been stressed that the slate will be wiped clean beginning in 2026. Up for discussion will be the overall number of playoff teams, with the Big Ten Commissioner Tony Petitti favoring 16 instead of 12, according to multiple reports. No matter the bracket size, Wednesday looms as the start of the showdown, with the Big Ten and the SEC perhaps ready to flex their might. 3 sources told CBS Sports this week that they wouldn't be surprised if the 2 conferences propose to receive multiple guaranteed playoff bids annually. That move alone would rock college athletics. No conference has been guaranteed a spot in the championship bracket since the BCS began in 1998. If adopted, such guarantees would be a tactic recognition of those conferences' power to draw TV ratings while serving as an admission that they are college football's primary stakeholders. The Super 2 have a good case. The 34 combined teams in the Big Ten and the SEC started in 2024 would have represented an average of 7.6 playoff bids per year if the 12-team bracket was in place over the first 10 seasons of the CFP, according to CBS Sports Research. 7.6 playoff bids per year of the 12-team bracket over the first 10 years. That's the average. Last season, 9 of the 12 playoff teams would have been Big Ten or SEC members as of 2024. Any move. This is the PATC money shot number 1 of the 2 PATC money shots in this article. Any move toward guaranteed bids based on conference alignment puts the squeeze on Notre Dame. Fewer at-large spots for 2026 and beyond. If the SEC and the Big Ten gets what they want, fewer at-large spots create fewer chances for the Fighting Irish to get in. Could this be what finally forces Notre Dame to join a conference? Governance and weighted voting. Conferences lapse into 5+7 logjam because under current CFP rules, votes on any substantive issues must be unanimous. The Pac-2, Oregon State, Washington State, held out wielding their no vote on the 5+7 like Bruce Springsteen wields a guitar like a weapon. Beginning in 2026, it's almost certain that there will be a weighted voting structure. And it's almost certain that the Big Ten and the SEC will seek weighted voting that exceeds even that wielded by the Power Four conference peers, the ACC and the Big 12. Tiered revenue distribution. The issue has loomed since playoff expansion was approved in December 2022. The Power 5 conferences currently receive approximately $80 million each from the CFP simply for being the Power 5. That distribution has been adjusted going forward, with each Power 5 school receiving approximately $5 million. That weighs the distributions based on conference size, ensuring universities receive appropriately even pieces of the pie, the same pieces of the pie. The Big Ten and the SEC are unlikely to agree to that structure remaining in place. Don't be surprised if those conferences, SEC and the Big Ten, are at the forefront tomorrow, Wednesday, for seeking a multi-tiered revenue distribution within the playoff system that could be structured as such. And here is the PATC money shot number 2 of the article. The top tier, Big Ten, SEC. Second tier, ACC and the Big 12. And Dennis Dodd puts a third tier and a fourth tier. Has he heard something? Has he heard something from CBS Sports sources? Could the Mountain West and the American Athletic Conference be getting a little bit more of the playoff distribution revenue pie, more than Conference USA, MAC, and what I would consider the emerging Sun Belt? Interesting. Keep an eye on this development tomorrow. If this is a proposal put out by the Mountain West and the American Athletic Conference, everybody's looking out for their best interest. There's already a bonus system in place for participating teams. Each of the 12 schools that make the playoff beginning in 2024 will have a chance to earn as much as $20 million for their respective conferences by advancing to the CFP National Championship. All 4 teams playing in the first round receive $4 million for the leagues, with the additional revenue of $4 million being distributed to each quarterfinalist and $6 million to each semifinalist and the national title game participant. Media rights agreement. ESPN seems determined to push through its reportedly proposed 6-year, $1.3 billion offer for the expanded bracket beginning in 2026. One problem, not so much as a draft of such a deal exists. As of tonight, according to CBS Sports, largely due to the above listed issues, it's unlikely a new media rights deal will be finalized until ESPN or any other potential partners can determine which teams are most likely to play in the CFP. The first round games have proved particularly sticky to price because of the presence of the group of 5 teams. It may not matter. The expanded CFP isn't worth much more than $1.3 billion, no matter who is bidding. Industry insiders tell CBS Sports, and finally in this article, late night article, Tuesday, February 20th, Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports still. When you're buying a house, you like to know what's inside. Oregon State, Washington State could form a new league in 2 years. The ACC may not exist in 2 years if Florida State is able to buy its way out. That's where the CFP is with its new TV deal. Put down your comments and thoughts in the comments section below the video. Holy smokes. Is this the time? Does it finally happen that Notre Dame gets squeezed to the point where they have to join the conference? If the Big Ten and the SEC get some sort of deal where they get multiple automatic berth bids to the conference playoffs, if let's just say the college football playoffs expand from 12 to 16 teams like Tony Petitti and the Big Ten want. What if it goes to 16 and the Big Ten gets 3 automatic bids? And the SEC gets 3 automatic bids. And the ACC gets 2. And the Big 12 gets 2. That's already 10 out of 16. Then one goes to the G5, and now we're back to 5 at-large bids. And the money difference between the Big Ten and the SEC, what they're going to be getting versus Notre Dame when it comes to the distribution revenue model, and then you throw in the weighted voting model that's going to be weighted in favor of the Big Ten and the SEC versus Notre Dame and the ACC schools and the Big 12 schools. And wow, Notre Dame is getting squeezed from all different angles. The walls are closing in. Is this finally the time that Notre Dame feels like they have to join a conference? Let me know in the comments section below the video. Yes, no, maybe. Give me your reasons. In the 4 tiers payout system, Sun Belt, MAC, Conference USA at the very bottom, looking up at the top of the Mountain West, and the AAC. Is that going to go well? Is there going to be fireworks? Is there going to be fireworks between the G5 conferences in Dallas, Texas tomorrow? Buckle up. Brace for impact. Stick with us here at Peek Around the Corner. I hope you've enjoyed episode 375, an emergency episode tonight, Tuesday night, February 20th. Stick with us tomorrow because we're going to be going live talking about everything that's happened in Dallas. Holy smokes. Let's see what happens. Until next time, from all of us at PATC, to all of you, please you all take great care of each other. Thank you so very much.